What's up guys, it's me Ultra. If you guys could please subscribe, it really helps the channel out. We're really trying to get to the 500 subs, so thanks guys, it really helps us. Anyways, we're going to talk about Shekinah Garner today and her plastic surgeries, and we're going to start from the beginning, how she looked before. She's had quite a lot of plastic surgery and she's been extremely transparent about it. So as you can see from this photo, she has had an eyebrow lift. That's one of the things that she mentioned, and as well she gets threads, and I feel like it's exaggerated in this photo particularly because of the threads. So full disclosure, I actually think Shekinah looks amazing, and I truly stand by that, and I know a lot of people won't agree. She had an Amish upbringing and she was actually featured on Millionaire Matchmaker at some point. I'm not sure if this is her or if it's her mother, but she shared a little bit about her lifestyle growing up. And you can see these are her genetics. They have a nice plump face, high cheekbones, beautiful eyebrows. I do believe that this could be her mother, but I'm not 100% sure on that. This leads us into the next photo, which is her and her previous husband that she had her daughter with, and she was blonde here. As you can see, she still has a really good amount of mass, and her eyebrows are more curved downward as compared to today, and there's less space there. It's almost like a hooded kind of eye look, and she did have great full lips, but she was much younger in this photo, and I do think that she's done an excellent job of collagen production. This is Shekinah a little bit younger. She as well has maintained a really good quality of her skin, but she does have sun damage on her chest, which I will show a little bit later. This was before she had her breast implants, and she looked really cute. She looks adorable. She does seem to have a sinker kind of aging style, and I'll insert more clips of that later. There's two primary aging styles. So she is a sinker because she's losing mass and it creates those lines, and a sagger has more separation when it comes to their under eyes, and the tissue just kind of falls, which is interesting because she started out with a lot of tissue and a lot of mass, so she should be a sagger, but she's a sinker. So this was the Millionaire Matchmaker times. As you can see, she's lost some mass when it comes to her nasolabial folds, and her smile lines are more prominent in typical sinker fashion, and she's rebuilt a ton of that. I actually think that her mass and volume in her face is absolutely gorgeous, and she loves really good products like anti-age.
You're Amish?
I was raised in an Amish community.
And did you have to do like church every minute and all that?
Yeah, church and homeschool.
Do you have plumbing in your house?
No.
Oh
And
my
electricity?
God.
No electricity, right?
She's a makeup artist and an esthetician. I mean, like, do you actually still talk to your family?
And Shekinah shared that she had had threads before. She's actually had 2 facelifts, you guys, which is extreme, especially at her age. She's in her early 40s, and 2 facelifts is just unheard of. But I do know that she gets threads, and I believe she's continued to get threads. And more recently, she's had a nose job, and this was her previous nose, which had a little bit of a hump, but it suited her face really well. Even with her new nose, I think she looks extremely cute. I think Shekinah is gorgeous, and I absolutely think that. I'm not just saying that to be nice, and she does an amazing job at her work. And that leads us into the next point, that she's had a ton of fillers, especially lip fillers, and she shared that her injection lady doesn't like to post her because she likes a more conservative lip look, and Sarper asked her to dissolve her facial fillers, so she's had a more gaunt-like appearance lately. I actually like this. I thought it looked extremely youthful, but it does tend to kind of sink with age and sag, and those tissues are not as good when they have fillers. So this is what she looked like during the time when she was with Sarper, and then she had her nose job right after the show. As you guys can see, these photos were posted on the plastic surgeon's page, and the nose has become much smaller. It's almost like a Barbie nose, kind of like the Silva twins. It looks cute. It still fits her face, especially with the dissolving of the fillers. So this is kind of her current look. This is what she's rocking with the nose. And as you can see, the eyebrows aren't quite as pulled back. So I do think that that's threads, and as well the eyebrow lift that she's mentioned, but the threads sort of exacerbate that. And this is what Shekinah looks like with her fillers dissolved. And she said she's extremely happy with this look. And I have to agree, I think it does suit her, but you can see a more hollowing in her cheeks because that filler is no longer there. And her chest, interestingly enough, hasn't had as much sun protection. And I think one thing that fans don't like about her is that she has a mean girl kind of mentality, and she posts a lot of ego-driven content on Instagram where she's sort of putting other people down, and it sort of reeks of narcissism a little bit. It seems like she's really into herself, but I think she's absolutely gorgeous.
Walk into the room and my aura and energy is so big that it causes you to have some great envy. You need to do some serious soul searching. I am not the problem. My confidence is not egotistical.
Girl is the nastiest skank bitch.
One thing that wasn't good about her nose job is that it lengthens the space between her lips and her nose, her philtrum. So she might be having a lip lift in the future, but I'm not sure. It just gives that illusion of more space. But you can see she has beautiful tissue, beautiful collagen. Although you can sort of see the sun exposure on her chest. She's had a ton of sun damage on her neck and chest, which is surprising for an esthetician. And I just had to insert this because my mother sent me this photo and said she can't believe that these women do this to themselves. She doesn't like the big lips. I do think that if she got a little bit of it dissolved, it would look a lot better. She's absolutely gorgeous to me though. And this is a photo of her in the gym. As you can see, there's a little bit of temporal hollowing as well. I wonder if she had filler in that area and she had it dissolved, although it is much more full than most people, especially people at her age. But I think she looks amazing. Like, you guys, I'm dead serious. I think Shekinah looks absolutely gorgeous. And she's taken really good care of herself. It'll be interesting to watch her age as she gets nearer to 50. Here again, this is kind of like a middle period, but you can see the damage on her neck and on her chest. So she took a lot better care of her face than she did the rest of her body. And it's interesting, like, she's had so many facelifts because they only last 10 years. So, you know, she might have to get more, and I wonder how that's going to pan out. But she does have a little bit of a cat-like appearance, which is the only thing that I don't like, with the threads pulling her eyebrows back and the large lips. She does have a Catwoman type of appearance, and I feel like it does work for her. It looks really good on her right now, but if that's not kept in check, it could look really terrible in the future. But I do think she's done a really great job, and she seems like a very high-end esthetician. So overall, you guys, I really like her plastic surgeries. I think it's made her look much more youthful. And even though she's had a ton of plastic surgery, they've done a really good job on it. To have that many facelifts and still look good is amazing. For a lot of people, they just start looking weirder and weirder. Like Sharon Osbourne said she looked like a cyclops. So I'm really curious what you guys think, if you guys like these surgeries that she's had. And let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm very curious what you guys think. Bye, guys.